So what it is, YouTube? It's your boy Don't Play Trent, checking in live from the lab. Back at it again with another video here on the little account, where I give you guys tips and tricks on how to grow a little account into a big deal. So without further ado, we can go ahead and jump straight into it. This particular video I wanted to make is about trend lines, right? I wanted to talk about trend lines today because I feel like trend lines are so important, but yet not utilized properly or not utilized enough when trading in the foreign exchange market. So for those that do not know how to use the trend line or need a little bit more insights on using the trend line, stay tuned, watch this whole video, and I'm going to show you guys step by step on how I utilize trend lines when I'm trading the market. If you guys have not subscribed, go ahead and do so. For the people that are subscribed, hit that motherfucking bell notification so you can get notified every time your boy drop a video. So I'm gonna take you guys on the charts. I'm gonna show you guys step by step on how I use trend lines. So have a blank chart here currently on Euro JPY. Anytime I'm using a trend line, you can use trend lines on any time frame. However, I know you guys watch My Wife and Kids, Franklin, when you hit that. However, the higher the time frames, the stronger the analysis. So we are starting on our weekly chart. Like I said, you can use a trend line on a 1 minute or 5 minute chart, but it's not going to be as strong as using on a daily or a weekly. So here on the weekly chart, first thing I'm going to do is identify point A. So anytime when you are creating a trend line, it needs to have 2 points. Point A, point B, straight through. So point A will be down here, point B, and then put it straight on through. Now you can either use a, what is this, trend line, I think this is called. Yeah, so you can either use the actual trend line here on TradingView, or you can use the ray, which I normally use the ray because the ray is, you can't play with it. You know, you can't bend it, curve it, or nothing like that. And it's basically just a straight line. So first thing you want to do is identify a point A. You can either do that from utilizing the wicks of the candle, or you can utilize the body of the candle. And I'll show you guys exactly what I mean. So let's just say, hypothetically speaking, this is my point A down here. This is point A. Now my point B is going to be my second touch, which will probably have to be up here. This is point A, point B, put it straight through. Now notice that I lined my trend line up with my wicks. So the wicks here all matches. And when utilizing the trend line, everything must match. Meaning, if your point A is lined up with wicks, your point B needs to be lined up with wicks. If your point A is lined up with the body of a candle, then your point B needs to be lined up with the body of a candle. Really doesn't matter however you choose. You know, the chart is art. Whatever you feel is, I guess, usable for you, then use it. I usually like to do the bodies for some reason. Or it just depends. Just depends on where the market is. But in a situation like this, I'm going to be identifying. Let's look at the bodies, and let's just look at the charts to see if it makes sense. So basically, whatever makes sense to you when trading or when plotting the trend line, then that's what you use. Like I said, usually I either do the body and I line it up with this body to this body, and then I put it straight through. And then this here is going to be my area of interest. So let's make that a different color, like yellow. This is my area of interest. These are my point A's and my point B's. This is my area of interest. So basically, I am waiting for a reaction. When price gets to this area, I am waiting for price to react. I'm either waiting for price to make a point C, bounce off this trend line and continue up to make a higher high, or I'm looking for price to break through, retest this area, and then push straight down. So in an instance like this, price broke through my trend line, retested the trend line, and then shot straight back down. So this is how I would have, if I was trading this particular trade or this setup. And again, trend lines are setups, right? It can be a tool to use, but initially, if you have a trend line setup, mark it as a trend line setup. Every trade is not going to be the same. Every trade is going to be different. So for me, this is basically my trend line setup. I'm looking for my point A, my point B. Once I have that point A and point B figured out, I then identify my area of interest, which would be here. This also lines up with a support level. So there's a bunch of different other things that go along with trend lines and identifying actual trade when trying to use a trend line. So, and there's, like I said, many different variables that's going to go along with it. You can't just use a trend line only as a trend line, because there's so much more data here that could help you or can give you more confirmation or more confidence when pulling the trigger and actually being able to trade this trade. Like I said, there's a support level here. We have a break and retest. We have strong engulfing candles, strong bearish candles. So all of this is telling a story that price probably is retracing. Like I said, we are definitely on a major uptrend, but even uptrends retrace. So it looks like price is now retracing, broke the trend line. And I would like to see if this is a true downtrend, then I need to see lower highs and lower lows being created. So, like I said, this video was not meant to be long. Let's find another trend line really quick. Let me identify another one just off the fly. So this is a lower time frame starting on our daily. If I'm on my daily, I'm going to be pulling out the ray. Like I said, I can either use my actual trend line or I can use the ray. In an instance like this, my point A is going to be down here at this wick level. My point B is going to be either, this is my point B, right here at this wick level, and then I put it straight through. So again, area of interest is going to be here. This also lines up with an area of support. So once price breaks this area of support, breaks the trend line, then I can have more confidence to actually take the sell. But again, point A, point B, straight through. Find your area of interest. So that is pretty much how I utilize trend lines when I'm trading. Like I said, for me, trend lines is an actual setup, but there's a lot more data that goes into trend lines. So when you're using your trend lines, don't just plot them on the charts, find your point A and find your point B. Gather as much data as you can to go along with the trend line, you know, to give you more confluence with that trend line. Hey, there's also a break of support right at my area of interest. So let's do a little small recap. When identifying your trend line, you want to have your point A, you want to have your point B, you want to send it straight through, and then you identify your areas of interest. So once you identify your area of interest, you're either waiting for the market to bounce off of that area, find some support, continue up, or you're looking for price to break that area and then act as resistance. Break support, retest it, act as resistance, and then go down. So once you have those identified on your charts, it makes trading a whole lot easier. So if you found any value to this video, please hit that like button, show your boy some love. Please don't forget to subscribe. For the people that are subscribed, hit that bell notification so you guys can get updated or notified whenever I drop a video. Tomato. So like I said, this video wasn't meant to be long. Until next time, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, or if you guys want me to talk about any videos or go over any topics, leave them in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to do that. So until next time, it's your boy, Don't Play Trent. I am checking out, and I will see you guys on the next video.